Okay, here's your quick tip. This one comes from requests of some people who are doing our video classes. It's about what's the best way to show tall grasses. So I'm going to show you one of my favorite ways for showing tall grasses. This is especially for our students, our video students, but the rest of you are welcome to use this too. So start out by observation. Look at the subject. In this case, you see this photo of tall grasses. What are you looking for? You're looking for where is the shadow, in which direction is the shadow, and where is the light. And that's what you start out with. You don't start out by painting grasses, or I should say, you get it better if you go at this just by observing value. So I'm going to very quickly just throw in some dark here, and I'm throwing it in kind of in the angle of the shadow of the grasses that I'm seeing there. I'm just kind of using that angle, and you see I've got this deep shadow right in here, and you see that shadow as it comes up in here gets just a little bit lighter, and so I'll make that shadow just a little bit lighter as it comes up. So you pay attention to those kinds of things, and you look at that as a mass of value, not grasses to start out with, just a mass of values. Wherever the shadow stops, and let's see if it stops right there, wherever the shadow stops, then you'll start having what we call knot in shadow, and then you start throwing that in. And so then this ends up being lighter, and so in this case what I'll do is just kind of throw that in and kind of blend these together. It's just a little bit right in here, and not much, and then it goes from light to from dark to light to lighter, and in this case we have background. There's some background there. I'm not going to be concerned with that because I want to make this short and sweet, and I want to be just concerned with the grasses, not the background that's showing there. But I need that background there. Now you see I have this light, middle, dark, and so what I can do now that I have that is I can begin to blend by just using strokes. Now watch this arm movement. It's an arm movement. I look at the direction in which the grasses are moving, and you notice they're moving. These are moving in kind of a fan direction. You'll find that all nature has a pattern. If you look at the pattern and then you allow your brush strokes to follow that pattern, you'll get pretty close to what you're seeing there. Now you see I can just use the brush stroke to pull up the thicker grasses. So by using the tip of the brush and pulling up just in a quick arm movement, for the thicker grasses like that, then I'm using the dark paint at the bottom, pulling it up into the light paint at the top, and then I did that all just with a bristle brush. You can also refine it if you go to a long flat sable or natural hair brush, one that's really soft. Just fill it up with paint. Get it really loaded with paint. Gunky loaded with paint. And then pull the major part of the paint off. Like this. Not all of it, just enough to cause the bristles to stick together. And then, this is arm movement, where you use that brush then to do the same thing. And you have to go and flatten it out periodically as you're working, but you can use that brush to do the same thing, where you're pulling the paint from the bottom up to the top like this. Get a little bit more movement here, and you can see now how you could keep going with that, and you have those grasses defined. And then as a last, once you have your bunches of grasses defined, you can take that same brush and just kind of come and poke in little darks that you see coming through there, and you could also go into the lighter colors and poke in or punch in or stroke in, however you choose, those little areas of light that you see coming through there. So you see it's a sequential thing where you start out very generally just with the value, and then you begin to build from the value to the brush strokes, but it's all done through observation. And there's your quick tip.